Alright, welcome to Wrestling Junkie, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We have our award shows for specifically WWE, and we're going to be going over things such as Feud of the Year, Match of the Year, Show of the Year, etc. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Alright, so for our first award, we have Feud of the Year. And our nominees for this one is Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. And who are you going to go with this award?
I'm going to go with Seth and Cody for this one. I think all choices are really good ones, but I think they had some of the best matches, and it's rumored that they're going to be continuing the feud when Cody comes back from his injury, which should be relatively soon. And yeah, I'm kind of excited for that.
Yeah, I'm going to copy you there and go Cody versus Seth as well. They have 3 banger matches. Yeah, just storytelling. Seth trying to play his role of getting into his opponent's head with Cody, but never succeeding. Cody still is 3-0 on him. So, yeah, I want to see if it does go further, if it, whether it starts at Rumble or the Raw after Rumble or whatever they do. But yeah, I'm excited for what's next.
Alright, and for our next award, we have the Best Return of the Year. And our nominees for this one are going to be Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Bayley at SummerSlam. And then we have Cody Rhodes with his big return. And then last but not least, we have Bray Wyatt. And for this one, for me personally, it's weird because he just got the award for the last one, but I'm going with Cody Rhodes as well. I think the pop that he got was just really big. And yeah, it was just a pretty good return, especially everything that followed his return.
Yeah, I think for me though, I'm going with Bray Wyatt. I think the storytelling leading up to it was so cool. I'm gonna say unique because I feel like I've never seen anything similar to it really. Using like the QR codes, and you had to look in the back of certain scenes backstage, and there's so much build up. Even though we kind of knew it was gonna be Bray in the end, it was still always fun to watch every single Raw, every single SmackDown, just to see what was gonna happen next. So yeah, that's why I would go to Bray. But yeah, the Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai is also a great return. That was probably the most unexpected out of the 3. So.
Yeah, it was a big one, especially following that match, and then the standoff they had with Bianca in the ring after her win at SummerSlam, and then Becky came in and kind of defended Bianca even though she just lost to her. But yeah, I enjoyed their return as well.
And for our third award, we have the Best Show of the Year. Not only for this one are going to be Clash at the Castle, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. What are you going to go with?
I'm going to go by SummerSlam, and it's not even close for me. I absolutely love SummerSlam. The Roman and Brock Lesnar match, the Bianca and Becky, the return of what we just said with Bayley and Io, Dakota, everybody coming out, the Street Profits tag team match versus the Usos. But yeah, every single match on SummerSlam was amazing, except for one. But we're not going to talk about that one. But yeah, I'll absolutely love SummerSlam. It was by far my favorite pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, for me, I would have went with Clash of the Castle if some of the other matches were a little bit better. But the Drew McIntyre and Roman match was amazing, and the women's match I enjoyed that one, and obviously the Gunther and Sheamus match was phenomenal. But for me, I will also go with SummerSlam. Like you said, every match was like a hit. Like you said, every match was just a hit. It was incredible to watch. I also had the crazy moment with Brock in the track there. So,
and I also believe that was Triple H's first pay-per-view as he took over the company.
Yeah, that is true. So, that was what also a lot of people hope for the future as well. It was like, if he can have these big pay-per-views that are just incredibly with great matches and this incredible moments happen inside of them, what else is he gonna do on the Raw, as a SmackDown and stuff like that? So,
and he hasn't missed yet. Every pay-per-view has been great.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Triple H. Alright, and for our next award, we have the Match of the Year, and our nominations for this one is going to be Cody versus Seth at Hell in a Cell. Then we have Bianca versus Becky at SummerSlam. And last but not least, we have Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle. And honestly, this is a really hard choice. All 3 matches were amazing. I think originally I was going with Becky and Bianca because the match it was a long time, and the entire match they just kept it interesting and new things were like happening. Especially Bianca, I forget exactly what it was, but she did like a suplex off the apron, I believe it was, and
the leg drop on the barricades.
yeah, it was just a lot of like interesting things that happened, and obviously the end that we've talked about multiple times. But yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna go Seth versus Cody though. You could even put their match at WrestleMania. That you could go with any match that they had, honestly, and it would be a good choice. But for this one, we went with Hell in a Cell, and yeah, that's gonna be my choice.
Yeah, I'm also going with Cody and Seth at Hell in a Cell. Just a phenomenal match, and not only that, it's also knowing what Cody was dealing with, showing the torn pec, fighting with a torn pec, having an amazing match with the torn pec. I think it just keeps adding on to that. But the Gunther and Sheamus match was also amazing. Great storytelling. When Gunther slammed him on the stairs, hurt his lower back, and which would kind of lead to his win in the end. But yeah, all three matches were amazing. Bianca, like you said, Bianca and Becky were absolutely amazing. But I think Cody and Seth is going to take the cake for this one. And our next award is the Best Tag Team. Our nominees for this one are the Usos, the Street Profits, and the Brawling Brutes. For this one, I am going to go with the Usos. I think it's kind of like the unanimous pick. They had a phenomenal year throughout the entire year, unlike some other teams. What are you going to go with?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Usos as well. I definitely would have won Street Profits had the injuries not prevented them from, being in the ring. They just recently made their return return from injury about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I'm excited to see them come back. I probably would have went with them, but because of their injury, I think I'm going to go with the Usos. They're going on to become one of the longest running tag team champions. The whole Bloodline storyline is amazing. If we had to pick best storyline of the year, it'd definitely be the Bloodline with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so much going on with them. They had so many matches throughout the course of this year. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they have going on next, and hopefully we can see them versus Street Profits coming soon again.
Yeah, I also want to give a mention to RK Bro, Riddle, and Randy Orton. I think they could have had a pretty good run after if Randy didn't get injured. I think it was around May, so they started out strong. I think they started the year with the tag team belts, but ended up obviously losing them. But yeah, I think they had a great first half, but didn't have a great second half, obviously injury. Street Profits as well, good first half, not a great second half due to injury. But Brawling Brutes are another one I think is kind of underrated in my opinion. They had phenomenal matches, always supporting Sheamus. So yeah, I definitely I do think that Usos are kind of like unanimously the best tag team, not only in WWE but probably in the entire world right now. So yeah.
Alright, and for our next award, we have the Best Women's Wrestler of the Year. And the nominations for this one is going to be Mandy Rose, Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch. All of them are great choices. We talked about Becky and Bianca a lot throughout this video. They kind of were like routine and like almost everything basically. But yeah, I think for this one, I'm going to go with Bianca. I think she just had an incredible year. Then yeah, she just doesn't miss on the matches. They all seem to be really good. She had a lot of pay-per-view matches, even just Raw and SmackDown matches. She's just kind of everywhere. But yeah, of course the Mandy Rose thing just happened where she was released. But yeah, I think she still had a great year despite that. But yeah, I'm going with Becky. Or Bianca, sorry.
Yeah, I'm also going with Bianca. I could have gone with Becky, but obviously she got injured, so kind of put her out for a little bit. So I kind of want to go with her. And yeah, I think you go match for match with Bianca and Mandy. I'm a big fan of Mandy. I think Bianca just has it a little bit more over. Phenomenal matches with pretty much every women's wrestler on the roster, damn near. So yeah, I think Bianca is going to be a unanimous choice for a lot of people, and it's going to be unanimous for us as well.
Yeah, and I'm also, just to mention this really quick, I'm also going to be really excited to see Damage Control kind of do that thing next year. This was kind of like the intro to the main roster, they were kind of setting them up for next year, it felt like, and kind of like getting like the crowd behind them a little bit, like getting their names out there. And then, yeah, I'm just really excited to see what both of them are going to do, including Bayley, next year.
Yeah. for our final award, we have the best male wrestler, and the nominees for this one is going to be Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. For me, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. I could see why people could or will go for Roman Reigns. Obviously, he's the defending champ, had the belt the entire year, won the other belt at WrestleMania, so he's obviously going to be a lot of people just because of accolades. But I think I'm going for Seth is just because he's wrestling on Raws, he's going at pay-per-views when he's booked for them, and it's always having great matches on both sides. So I think being more consistent kind of wins it for me for this award.
Yeah, and for me, I think I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre, actually. He just had a lot of great matches, including his match, I believe, is at Clash, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he just had like a great year. I would love to see him as champion following Roman. Hopefully, I know their feud kind of started and maybe ended already. We're not exactly 100% sure. I think it's still going. But yeah, I would love to see him win the champion. I wasn't really a big fan of him before, like this year, but I think he's definitely grown on me. Like as the year progressed, he's shown like a lot of improvement, I think, and he just had a lot of great matches. Period. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew.
Yeah, like I was mentioning, Roman obviously phenomenal year. Drew phenomenal year. I mean, there's also up you can mention. You can mention people like Cody, but the reason why we didn't really mention him is because he didn't have enough matches. But yeah, I think we both had great picks on all the awards. Let us know what you think. Yeah, is anything you want to say before we close out?
No, I think I'm just excited for next year. Everything that's going to be going on with the WWE and
Set
just
for the Royal Rumble coming up soon.
Yeah, for sure. And then the Charlotte Flair return that just happened recently. She's now the champion, which is great. I love it. I never wanted to see Ronda with the title. But yeah, I'm just excited for next year. A lot of good things I think are going to happen. I'm happy Triple H took over. And yeah, I think that's about it.